Hi there, welcome to Nonsense Whisky. My name's VinPF, and on today's episode we're actually covering something brand new. Not something I get to say very often, although I have had to say it a few times this year so far. This is the new Douglas Laing Rock Oyster Cask Strength Batch 2. Big mouthful. I've only got the tiniest wee bit left. I got this as part of a tweet tasting set from Greg at Great Drams and direct from Douglas Laing himself, so thank you very much indeed for that. The little set had the Rock Oyster in it, which I actually covered fairly recently actually, so I'll bang a link up to that just here. And I got to cover the Rock Oyster 18-year-old, which was absolutely fabulous. This, however, is their new Cask Strength batch number 2. Batch 1 was selling for around £46. Of course, the original sells for about £36 in the UK. This is selling for a little bit more, about £50 RRP, although at time of recording, it hasn't actually been released, so I don't know what you'll actually be able to get it for. Hopefully, by the time you're watching this, if you've come from external sources, Google, whatever, thank you for checking me out. Don't forget to hit subscribe. And this stuff is pretty good. 56.1%, which is a bit of a whopper. Now, I said this was pretty good in comparison to the other two. The 18-year-old sells for quite a lot of money. It's like £80–90. I would rather have this over the 18, but then the standard Rock Oyster is actually one of my favourites from the remarkable regional malts range. But enough talking about it. Let's get into the nose and the taste and see how it stacks up. So I'm going to compare this directly to the standard Rock Oyster. Unfortunately, I didn't get to try the Cask Strength Batch 1, so no comparison there, but the Batch 2, for me, it's very much Rock Oyster, but it's a little bit more briny, a little more salty, and a little less sweet. If you've tried the Rock Oyster, you'll know it's quite a sweet peated dram. I should say, if you haven't checked out the Rock Oyster video, this is the Islands and Isla remarkable regional malt. I always get that wrong. So there is some Isla in here. And for me, on the nose, something I did get a little bit on the standard Rock Oyster, but on this one, I'm getting more of that kind of Arran nose. I call it a funk, but it's not to be confused with a negative way. I find Arran has a kind of a smell about it, you know, it's a really characteristic smell, and you either love it or you hate it, I think, and I firmly fall on the love it camp. Let's try a little bit. That's where the ABV is hiding, right there. Bam. Huge, bold flavours. Massive amounts of spice. We're talking like peppery spice on this one. But it's so bold that I actually really enjoy it neat. Unfortunately, I mean, I really don't have enough. I'm going to do my last swallow in a minute, but I really don't have enough to play with water. But I would love to. I would love to see how that kind of affects it. Changes the dynamics in it, and I wonder if you can bring it down to a similar flavour to the standard Rock Oyster, or if it creates something different. Who knows, but I'm going to enjoy my last little jam of this and move on to the next whiskey.